You've seen and heard the outrage around the world. This is being hailed as a diplomatic disaster at best for Israel. You heard the Turkish minister there at the UN Security Council suggesting that Israel has lost all legitimacy in the eyes of the world. Your response?
Well, there is a process of delegitimization of the State of Israel and its right to defend itself. There is no position in Israel on this. The closure on Gaza or the maritime blockade needed in order to stop those who are activists and Hamas supporters. We need to understand that Hamas is an extreme religious organization that is not willing to accept the right of Israel to exist, that uses terror against civilians and is not willing to accept former peace treaties between Israel and the Palestinians.
This was a float.
So
hang on a minute. Let's just address one of those. Let me just address one of those issues,
okay.
Because you talk about activists there. We're not really talking about Hamas, are we? We're talking about activists on board a flotilla that was heading for Gaza, they say, with aid on board.
Yes.
What was on board that ship? Do you know yet?
Well, Israel offered these activists to transfer any humanitarian aid to Gaza Strip through Israel. I mean, the passages to Gaza, in order to give them humanitarian help and every humanitarian need, the passages are open. Israel offered them to transfer any humanitarian aid to Gaza Strip. 5 of the ships decided to stop and to transfer the humanitarian aid. The only ship that decided to continue was this ship, and they stated before that.
All right, what's happening, Zippy? Do you know what's happening to those activists who are being held?
But to open the closure.
I'm sorry, I know that we've got a slight delay between us tonight, and I apologise for that. Do you know, or can you tell us, what is happening to those activists who are being held? It's very unclear at this point. What can you tell us?
Well, everybody can see the pictures. Few Israeli soldiers entered the ship, and they were brutally attacked by these activists. Hundreds of people attacking few soldiers. At first, the soldiers showed restraint, and only when the atmosphere became or transferred into a kind of a lynch atmosphere, they decided to react, to act, and to shoot those that tried to kill them. So this was purely a self-defense act, and you can see the pictures on this.
The view of Zippy Livni, just briefly, and I want to push you on this point, because it seems very unclear to the rest of us at this point. What is happening? We certainly know that people died on board. What is happening to those who were on board, who have now left the boats? What's happening to those people? Where are they?
These people now?
Yes.
Excuse me? You are asking about the activists now? They were talking to Israel, and they were talking to the harbor. Excuse me?
OK, I can hear that you're listening to something in the background. Is that right? I can hear something in the background. OK.
I cannot hear you. I'm so sorry. I cannot hear you, but I want to make it clear that I cannot hear you.
OK, we're going to have to leave it there. I think we're having a real problem here with the sound. I apologise for that. We will be interviewing the Israeli ambassador to the UK later on in the show. Perhaps we can get the answer to the question that we were trying to get from Zippy from him a little later on. But for the time being, we do very much appreciate your time. They're out of Jerusalem on the story for you this evening. And apologies, as I say, for the problems with sound.